Was it Mungojerrie or Rumpelteazer?
Almost.
And most of the time, they leave it at cats.
Fuck.
They leave it at cats. This is PodKATS, the pod about cats. I am TV's Kevin Lanigan.
I'm Cat Scott. I have a lot of cat motifs, and this is a cameo of.
Oh hi, I'm Jace. Woo!
It's Jace Woo.
Oh my god!
and-
If that was my last name, that'd be awesome.
Yes.
What is your last name, Jace?
My last name is Ziev. But
And what's your Instagram?
it's at Jacen Ziev.
We are fucking real
Jacen
fucking early.
Ziev.
We are. I did not realize that the plug train was leaving the station.
I felt very put on just then.
immediately.
I don't know how this shit works.
It's like the subway doors are fucking closing and it just takes right the fuck off.
I feel like my hand just got caught between the doors, you know?
And you're like,
Don't leave me!
And
Shit!
your head is hanging out and you're like, hey, Jacen Ziev!
Yeah, so we're all musical theater connoisseurs.
Sure.
That's a word for it.
Some of us are further along in our journey than others, but there's no need to compare because we all have the passion for it and the love of musical theater. Jason was in the production of Cats twice.
Yes.
What are our years? Where are we in our... Yes, because normally the first question on the show, what is your relationship, if any, to the musical Cats? You are by far
Can you ask me
the
after?
most involved... Sure. You are by far the most actually involved in Cats we've had.
You're the closest to the pulse.
It's so weird. So, okay, first time I did Cats, I was in a super illegal production of it in...
Super legal production!
Exactly, right. Amazing. It was in 4th grade.
Christ!
It
Oh,
was... Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
As an audience member, that sounds hellish.
So, it's one of those things, I still have pictures from it. It was actually one of those things because it was just like, the community was like very into theater where I grew up.
Wow.
And so like, people would come in being like, oh great, we're gonna go see like My Child's in Cats, I gotta go, you know, be there and support them, expecting like cardboard cutout ears on a headband.
For sure.
But it was fully like, full airbrushed costumes, like,
wow.
We spent 3 hours doing face paint, they were full headpieces, like it was this whole production thing.
Were you good?
No.
Who were
4th
you?
grade. I was...
Which cats?
Which cat?
I was a cat named Gus, which...
Gus the theater cat.
No, I was not Gus the theater cat.
What the
exactly
fuck are you telling me?
They cut that song,
You're Gus too.
and I was just a cat named Gus.
Did you do anything?
Not a asparagus.
I was a tumbler, so like I did gymnastics when I was in elementary school. So
I
they
didn't
were
know
like,
this.
You were a Tumblr, so it was just GIFs of Sherlock.
No, oh
That was your
god.
part.
Do you say GIFs?
I do.
Wow.
Like the peanut butter.
That's not correct. That's a J.
G makes both sounds.
I'm not. I don't want to hear this argument
George.
again. I've heard this enough
Guinea
times.
pig.
Gus, George.
I hate
both
this.
G, both name, Jiff.
It's
George
been
is
fun.
fine.
Jive?
I don't think I can continue.
There's E after G in both of those in George.
I think I'm done with this now.
We can move on. Anyway,
Jim.
Jim with a G?
JYM!
Okay, that's a Y.
I'm gonna.
We're gonna move on.
Cat, you're staying.
I want to.
I feel like this
Say-
is a perfect spectrum the way we're lined
Right
up right
here.
now.
I want
It's
out.
GIF, neither, and GIF.
You feel attacked on both sides, and that's how it's supposed to be.
I want out. I want to leave. I want to leave my skin.
Whoa, I broke the couch.
But yes, so 4th grade, I was a tumbler. I did gymnastics.
I didn't
so
know this.
yeah, they had like
So limber.
they had gymnastics in a 4th grade illegal production of Cats, and it was
Wait,
wild.
When you say illegal production of
It was
cats,
illegal. There were no purchase
I'm
rights.
picturing it being outside with
Like a black
guns.
market. Here, get
Yeah.
your ticket.
Yeah, you open up trench coats, and that's where the songs live.
And you're fucking in 4th grade. I love it.
Yeah.
So that was my first introduction to Cats, which I must follow up with a theory that there was a theater I grew up with later after that when I was a bit older.
How much older?
Several years. It's where I met our mutual friend, Emma.
Mm-hmm. Hi, Emma.
Hey, Emma, what's good? There's a theater called Lake Worth Playhouse in Lake Worth, Florida. It does really great productions. It's a tiny little community theater that has the caliber far above the average community theater. It's very cool.
Oh.
Fun fact, Burt Reynolds got his start there.
Yeah. In that production of Cats?
No. They never did Cats there.
Hey,
the previous artistic director, Jody, hated Cats and promised to never do it there. She's no longer the artistic director, so it's
Cats
free
happen.
reign. It could come, but she would always. It was either her that said it or someone around there that said something that about what they called the Cats theory, where it's if you're introduced to cats at a young age, you love it. If you're not, you hate it.
I'll circle back to this when you get to me and my
you have that.
involvement of cats.
Yeah, now you need to top everything that Jacen's doing.
Oh God,
I need better.
But yeah, my most recent endeavor with Cats was production in New Hampshire at Interlakes Summer Theater. And it was original Broadway choreography, choreographed and directed by a man by the name of Chaz Walcott, who some of you may know from So You Think You Can Dance or the filmed Newsies tour.
Well,
And it was a wild journey. We had costumes done by Mia Siegert, who also did the costumes when Cats was referenced on 2 shows. Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt, the costumes were done.
An incredible Cats joke. No matter what you think of that show. An unbelievable Cats joke.
And then the other one, there was another one, I can't believe I'm blanking out on it. There was another very popular TV show. Oh! My Crazy Ex-Girlfriend. Also did a Cats episode. Those were also her costumes. They also did the costumes with their hubby for when, what's his name? He did stuff with RuPaul recently.
Asking the wrong guy.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry.
Kat, do you know?
cats.
I don't know.
Good point.
They've done costumes for Cats a whole bunch of times. They also sell a bunch of cat costumes for stuff like figure skaters and such like that. They do great work. They're on Etsy. Check them out. Mia Siegert Arts? Question mark? I don't remember their actual handle. I'm sorry. If you search Mia Siegert, Segert, I'm sure you'll find them. But that was a wild experience because that was very true to original production. I still have my tail. I'm still in contact with a bunch of people from that cast. And there's a lot of fun Cats trivia I learned from that because that was very close to the source of, like, original choreo. Like, there's the cultures being passed down with this production. So, a lot of weird stuff.
The culture's being passed down.
The theater. Rich, textured history, a beautiful explanation of 2 productions of Cats. Cat Scott, it's your turn.
Yes! So Cats is near and dear to me. Speaking to Jace's theory that if you were introduced at a young age that you would love cats, I was.
When I was a young warthog,
Period.
I was.
I wasn't done. I was doing a dramatic pause and you didn't let me.
Too dramatic, too pausey.
I was a young child and I was 4 or 5 maybe, and I went on this fishing trip, but I'm allergic to fish. And and so when I got
I just in my head speaking on bread. Irony.
I was allergic to fish and I was in the river. And I was looking for.
Well, son, I know you're allergic to both cheese and grapes, but we're going on a wine and cheese flight, and you're gonna participate.
So I was in the river, and I was young, and allergies were new because it was the 90s, and
new and exciting.
We learned about allergies.
And I was wading through the river,
When we thought milk was healthy.
Casting my because of the propaganda. Anyway.
Because of Michael Jordan, he had the mustache.
Oh yeah,
we all remember.
World War II propaganda.
Also, there was propaganda around dairy. But back to my fishing story.
Please.
So I was fishing, and in order to fish in this river, people would like put their fish bait, like chopped up pieces of fish, so that the cannibal fish would like chomp on the bit of the fish.
It's a fishy fish world.
Yeah, it's a fishy fish world, and so.
Preach.
And so, because of that, I was allergic to said protein, and I just, like, burst out in hives. I was just, like, a full body hives, and I was very young.
You became one hive.
I was a hive. I was a hive mind, and I was left in the motel room with a VHS of Cats and a fuck ton of Benadryl. And so I at a young age, started hallucinating while watching Cats. And then from that moment on, I created a cult in my preschool playground of others to follow me. And our dogma was Cats the Musical.
Wow.
I made everyone around us sing Cats the Musical. I had a Twinkie best friend, Sam Wexler, and he and I were the ring cats. and so we would just sing Cats.
Is that like a ringleader cat
of
Yeah.
cats?
Portmanteau.
Yeah. And so then we had 2 boys who were dogs, and they would chase us around the playground.
Dogs?
I don't know. They were just dogs, and they would chase us around, and we were cats. We were 5, so it wasn't too sophisticated.
You don't respect the lore!
How dare you! T.S. Eliot wrote of jellicle cats and pollicle dogs!
You defied the canon!
Okay,
It's your
this
dogma.
is a pretty good anecdote, so if you keep shitting on it...
No! We're adding color text, flavor text.
So I started a cult at age 5, but I guess it wasn't good enough because I didn't have polycule
Did anyone
dogs.
die?
And
to be fair, pollicle dogs is the number that's cut most frequently from cats.
As well it should be.
yeah, because it's a cat purist show.
Oh, it's also just this
No
weird
dogs
war
allowed.
song. It makes no sense.
So that's my association with cats. Then when my mom
Your
was
cult.
Did anybody die? Like, did you guys kill anybody?
not to my
As
knowledge,
like a cult?
but
They
if
didn't
we
drink the
did,
Kool-Aid.
Go to the dog pound?
they probably covered it up if we did because we were 5 and they didn't want us to be affected.
They couldn't implicate it back to you.
Yeah, and also like 5-year-old murderers, like you don't want to.
I just had a
It's
weird,
adorable.
If you murdered someone at age 5, like you wouldn't tell that 5-year-old that you murdered someone because that would fuck them up forever.
Adorable.
They didn't know what they were doing!
I don't know. This is a weird train of thought, so I'm gonna go back to cats as usual. My mom
have
was
a
a
string.
Kappa Alpha Theta, KAT,
That's
and
Yeah.
because she was a Kappa Alpha Theta, I also was a Kappa Alpha. She was a Kappa Alpha Theta, and because of that, her friend rewrote Cats for their sorority that they performed in the 80s as like a recruiting thing.
Oh.
I'm
And
sorry,
so-
that is fucking terrifying.
So a bunch of sorority girls from the 80s, with Cats rewritten so that it's like a hybrid of Southern California Valley Girl culture and Cats
Yeah.
in like skin tight. But it was like also really true to the lyrics. So it was a sorority Cats. And those are my 2 associations. And then moving forward, also, when I was hitting my bottom alcoholically, I went and I saw the Cats revival, and I bought like $80 of like alcohol and merch for Cats, and just fully leaned into the surrealism of Cats.
Now, several follow-up questions, but you can go ahead.
I want to chime in. It's very short. For some reason, my brain made a connection between a cult and, like, drink the Kool-Aid, dairy propaganda, and cats, and the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
And
And the 80s.
And the 80s. Well, but y'all remember those ads for Got Milk?
Of
Yeah.
course, that's what we were talking about.
Yeah.
The straight-up milk
Are you saying there's a
propaganda.
connection between Got Milk and Cats?
Are you saying those ads paid for by the milk lobby and put up in schools across America?
What I'm saying is they're actually a cult.
Cats love milk. I see what you're saying. There's a connection here.
Oh my! I'm sorry. Spools of yarn and pictures are being put up on the wall. Lines are being drawn.
Spools of Yarn, another great cat reference.
Ah!
Truly. So follow-up question. Is there any chance that your mom still has, like, the lyric
Yes.
sheets for
Yes,
this?
yes, I know this.
Okay.
In fact, I'm going to a wedding next week. I am seeing the mom who wrote this. She would love this. Her name is Jay Rogovin. She lives in Beverly Hills, and she would love...
What's her address? I'm sorry.
90210?
Zip code, probably 90210, and she would love to take this out from the...
Yeah, if we can
attic.
dust off the old archive, because that would be another, like, dream of mine. Because one was getting someone who was in Cats, which we are accomplishing today.
Just there's only one version of Cats that sounds scarier to me than what you're talking about, and that's the new movie.
I can't wait to talk about the new movie. What is your other follow-up?
We will get it. My other, it's just a following up on your first viewing experience of Cats.
I was young
at such a
and drugged.
tender young age, and yes, high off of your mind, which is truly the way to experience Cats. Like, I am not normally like a take drugs and watch stuff kind of guy. That's not usually my MO.
See,
I
maybe
like
it makes sense, though.
I like the sober
does it?
experience, but Cats. This makes absolute perfect. The more hallucinogens that you can put into your body.
And that's probably why I watched this new revival and was like, I need to be drunk for this.
For sure.
I remember, like, towards the end of it being like, this doesn't make any fucking sense, and also I'm kind of sad now, but, like, I think there was no way to avoid that. You're either, like, you're...
It's a fucking depressing show. I'm sorry. It is about cats deciding which one of them to kill and go to heaven.
Kill and be reborn. They
No!
get to come back as a
they
new
go to the
cat.
Heaviside layer. I mean, it's implied that they're reborn, but
Yes!
they're killing a fucking cat.
The lore. Yeah, but yeah, it is a horrible discussion of which cat is going to die, and each cat presenting their individual
It's
case.
like, kill
for
me!
why
Choose
they
me!
should
Here, I'm a
be
terrible person!
murdered. And it ends up being a fairly old cat named Grisabella. Not the oldest cat in the production. There are at least 2 old cats, but Grisabella is supposed to be super old,
Well,
but is always cast like medium old.
Well, so technically, she's not supposed to be old. She used to be a very, like, famous cat within the community.
A glamorous cat.
A glamorous
beautiful
cat.
So is she a chlamydia cat now? Is she, like,
No,
young,
she
but
actually,
with, like...
in a relationship to drugs, yet again, she's supposed to be this kind of cat that had this beautiful run-in with fame, and then turned to drugs and bottomed, and completely ruined her life. So she's not necessarily supposed to be old.
Okay.
She's supposed to be disheveled and, like, aged and withered, but not necessarily old.
So all those wrinkles and stuff, that's just more like, that's heroin.
Yeah, no, deadass, when we were going through it, the word that came up frequently was heroin. She did a bunch of heroin. She's a heroin cat.
Wow. One of those. We all know them.
She comes back.
We see
and
them on the
she's like-
subway every day.
And she begs for, you know, like, please take me back in, you know, like, I've bottomed out and I don't know what to do and I'm searching for community. And they're like, but, like, you left us and, like, there's,
but, like, you're gross.
Yeah, you're gross and there's maybe even some jealousy under that or whatever, you know, stuff
We have
along those
kids
lines. And
now.
they eventually are like, no.
Should we do Mungojerrie and Rumpelteazer?
Shall we dive in? Let's cue up the smart TV.
It's smart.
Let's
Y'all,
kick it off.
Y'all can't see this, but we can.
Yeah, we can see that we're watching the full, like, VHS version.
I love the
of
Ritz
Cats.
Crackers box in the background.
I think this is the revival, though.
They're small, you see. But this is like
This was not the revival.
Oh, what is this?
This was the filmed version that was released separately from both productions.
What year?
98
Yes.
is the VHS tape, I believe.
This is the 98 one?
Yes.
It looks so clear.
Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spare no expense. Yeah, they're
They
two cats,
did-
they're fucking around.
They did. Well, the thing that's also cool about this version is it's the original choreo, too. This is exactly the choreo I did with my production.
Now, is this filmed version one of the English versions? Because they are making a meal of these English accents.
I don't think they're actually English.
They are fully. We are getting some like Act 1 My Fair Lady shit from this.
Right.
And they are just absolutely cranking up those Cockney British accents.
Cockney kittens.
And we like to wear socks and we play in the garden. And it's like, okay, we get it. Sorry, the spit.
I think it's also put on a bit. It's put on a bit extra too. You can tell that this is done. The vocals are done in post. Like,
Yeah.
Because
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's ADR for sure.
It's absolutely ADR. Especially you can see it a little bit at one point.
Yeah,
when there's
the
one
lips
part where
get
his
fucked.
Mungojerrie's mouth doesn't line up properly.
Also, hers does that at some.
Yeah.
So I performed this number. That's why I picked wanting to jump on for this one.
For sure.
Is my ex-girlfriend and I performed this in a drag number together.
Can you now? Drag is not a community that I'm very like intimately familiar with.
Sure.
I've not seen a lot of drag shows.
This
Can you
was-
kind of tell us what this looked like?
Yeah. I'll provide you a link to some of the pics too, so you can put it up on your Patreon.
Nice.
And we can get pics of your show. We'll have a gallery for your
Wow.
supporters.
To go digging, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, find the links in the description of this episode.
Yeah, you're welcome, town. I was. That's from Heather's.
Oh, okay.
I've been co-opting that line for a while until
Nice.
someone finally is like, "Oh." So I was in a small town drag community in St. Louis, Missouri, with a lot of queers, and it was kind of like how all the queers, but it wasn't like cis gay man drag. It's actually very much more genderqueer than that. At least the community that I was part of. There's still, like, that pocket, but the ones that are, like, organizing all the time and putting shows together all the time are a lot more, like, non-binary, genderqueer, and, like, across...
drag kings, maybe?
Yeah, like, a lot of drag kings. And most of the drag kings are of origin from this one drag king named Ryder, who, like, would do these, like, drag events at all of the different St. Louis colleges, and then us, like, baby gays would, like, see him and be like, we want to be you and fuck you, and he's a professor.
At the same time!
He's a professor. Yeah, he's a professor at one of those schools, too. And so he's an organic chemistry professor by day as, like, a femme.
That's so cool.
Femme lesbian organic chemistry professor by day, and then sexy drag king by night. And it's more of a pop punk scene in St. Louis. Like, it's a lot of, like, Panic at the Disco, My Chemical Romance.
Oh, for sure. The first bar I ever went to was indeed a drag show. It was Attitudes.
Yeah, Attitudes.
And I had to leave because there were flashing lights. I just, like, had epilepsy, so I had to, like, run fleeing from the building. But, yeah, the first bar I ever went to that wasn't also, like, a restaurant, like, with my family, was freshman year at Webster University. We rode down to the St. Louis bar Attitudes. There were not enough seats available, so I rode in the trunk. I got trunked all the way down.
Was this when Attitudes was 18 and up? Because it waffles back and forth.
Yeah, it must have been, because we were all freshmen and we got in.
Yeah.
So I have, quote-unquote, met Ryder. Ryder would never be able to pick me out of the lineup, but we did meet once.
Yeah. So, we thought about performing this at Attitudes. We ended up performing it at a different space called Grey Fox Pub, which is very, like, dive bar, but, like, everyone's just, like, really obsessed with the, like, environment there because it's very welcoming, and they let you do, like, amateur, like, first time drag every Thursday night.
Oh, I love that.
And so Jade and I performed separately, and then we were like, hey, we have these Cats costumes, can we do a duet number? Neither of us care about winning this competition tonight, but we really want to do this. And so she was Rumpelteazer, I was Mungojerrie. I had, like, a little bow tie and, like, suspenders, and she had some furry corset situation on, and we, like, stole some of the choreography from this, and it was really watered down. But it was so fantastic. We, like, crawled through the audience a lot, and like crawled on top of our friends, and just did some, like, Cats fuckery. And
you didn't do the part where you're both somersaulting interconnected like they're about to do in this show?
I asked about it, and we ended up not. But we did this weird butt scoot that they do in this.
It's so fun.
The, like, I can play it, I guess.
Yeah, play them cats.
We are incurably given to run.
5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
When the family rushing both rush on, getting up. Their minds made up that they were getting up. Argentine joints, tight eggs and creams, then the cook would appear from behind the scenes and say no voice that is
it's so cool.
I'm afraid you must wait and have dinner tomorrow. The joint head's gone from the oven
you can tell it's ADR right there.
Then the family will say it's that horrible cat.
I've been sitting with it for a minute. What does Rumpelteazer's whole accent remind me of? And it's that scene in The Princess Bride where the old woman's like, boo! Boo! Bow down to her! Bow down! It's exactly what it sounds like. It hits my ear the right way. Yeah. I'm always talking about Princess Bride.
We were talking about Princess Bride because we were trying to figure out who Christopher Guest was in Princess Bride.
Humperdinck.
The six-fingered.
Oh, the six-fingered man.
Yeah.
Humperdinck is the other guy.
One of them.
Yeah, the six-fingered man is Christopher Guest. The one that the Mandy Patinkin tries to kill.
Classic
Guest. Rumpelteazer, I'm a little bummed that they zoom in right there because Rumpelteazer hates her damn face. Like the legs on them.
We got from the air like an hurricane. In no song got constant to drag his own. Was it Mungojerrie? Rumpelteazer. Could you have sworn that it might have been both? And when you hear a dining room smash, or up from the pantry, there comes a loud crash. Or down from the library came a lad, ping, from a far sweet
I just remember that my sibling did a musical about like children working in this post-apocalyptic warehouse, and
Beautiful.
and they didn't know, they couldn't see the outside world. It was very like City of Ember or like whatever.
Gotcha.
And so they had to just like use their creative minds. They're like, you're specially chosen because you're all creative. And so they're like, yeah. And then they like gave them a bunch of junk, and they're like, repurpose this junk. Think of something that's like helpful for it. And there was this number that they did that was like about like sneaking and like stealing some snacks late at night.
Mm.
And I remember watching it and being like, that is literally the Mungojerrie Rumpelteazer choreography. There's no way that's not. And I asked them about
it's
it.
an homage.
I asked them about it.
Allusion.
And they were like, yeah, when I talked to the choreographer, I literally said, watch Mungojerrie and Rumpelteazer and just do that.
It's kind of what this number is, though. They're just being like, yeah, we steal shit and break stuff.
Yeah.
Right, they steal stuff. So they're not the only cats that steal stuff in the show, because of course we have
No.
McCavity, the mystery cat.
Well, he's...
But he steals all kinds of things, including Judi Dench at one point. Spoilers for Cats the movie. But
What?
we have... So these are like... They steal stuff because they're like a miscreant. They steal stuff because they just kind of get like this
They're
little...
reckless.
They're reckless. They like the danger.
It's really hard to talk about this without like moving around like a cat, because like,
Oh my god.
if you're like listening to it in the podcast, you can't see the like mischievous like
The cat
like,
paws,
the cat,
soft paw,
the
hard
soft
paw,
paws, yeah, the like the different claws that they
There is a full like taught reality of what you do with your hands in cats. Like when you do it, there's like, we took like a moment to first, like, there was a time where we were like, okay, cool, in order to get used to the space, you took like an hour to like walk around as a cat, and then the choreographer director walked around and like helped us like find what was actually more like appropriate for stylistically. And then there was even a time where we spent just a dedicated moment to talk about hands and when to use which hands. It's this whole...
Can you describe them? Some are like finger spread.
Yeah, well, there's soft paw, which is kind of like a gentle cup.
You're holding water in your hand. A
Yeah.
soft paw.
Yeah, not quite like, you know how like, for some reason the image going to my mind is like when you're brushing your teeth and you like go to rinse your mouth, and if you use your hands like a cup, if you only do one and then soften it just a touch, so it's like maybe like
A gravy boat.
yeah, sort of gravy boat shaped, very soft, very like that, and then flip your hand over so it's like almost like a turtle shell, I guess.
Ah, so your knuckles are showing.
Yeah, your knuckles are showing. That's like a soft paw. You know, maybe a slight bend at the wrist. That's a soft paw.
Limp
That's just
wrist.
kind of like where that's just kind of where you keep your hands for most of the show.
Twinkie cat.
So you are no people hands.
Never people hands. Your thumbs are always in. Not under, in. A punch to the sides, you know? Yeah.
As if they don't exist. As if they're
Basically.
vestigial.
Yes, I mean, cats do have 6 toes often, but
I see.
it's a way to keep it there. The only time that they would separate is for if you are doing the claw, but that's still very much you keep your thumb.
And when do you do a claw?
Oh my god.
McCavity. Anytime you see McCavity or there's a cat that, you know, if you pick... A lot of the show is actually just not stuff the audience gets. It's just the different cast members, like, relating to other cats. So you have a relationship with everybody on stage. They're not all good. They're not all bad. Some of them are siblings. There's actually the very young cats. There's the middle-aged cats. There's the older cats. And then there's the really old cats. And those are all established. When we started, we were actually... Each cat was given a piece of paper that had certain characteristic words associated with that character.
What was yours?
Oh God, I was actually one of the really young cats. The joke that
A kitten.
a kitten, if you will. Yes, the director kept referring to me as a bisexual kitten, which was funny because I was a cat that would basically flirt and be playful with just about any cat that came close to me.
Ooh, that's cute.
It was fun. There was also stuff going on. You could take control over your narrative because so much of it wasn't stuff that the audience was getting. It wasn't verbal. It wasn't sounds. It was just like stuff.
Blue Man Group is a lot like that too. They have a lot of games.
Blue Man Group.
It's super improvised.
Oh, that's fun.
Blue Man Group
It
has-
reminds me of these improv exercises you do at UCB where it's like take on the characteristic of any animal you
Yeah.
want, and so you pretend to be a pig or like whatever. And there is something about the hands that like really gets you you into it. Like you do the claws, but you also like you straighten up, you do the thing. Like it's so
Blue Man Group, they do that where like because they don't speak or do anything besides be blue men and like play instruments and eat marshmallows and stuff.
Yeah.
Like they don't really like talk. So they'll play games with each other. Like one of the games that I distinctly remember from Cherubs, this was my mentor who was a Blue Man Group.
He himself was a Blue Man Group.
He was a Blue Man of group.
And then and class would end, and you would clap, and he'd be 3 men again.
He was our improv teacher, and a lot of us are off doing comedic things now. So I'm proud of him. And his wife is like a super producer. She produces all these Broadway shows and wins Tonys every year. And he's a child wrangler, which is a scary title, but he takes care of the kids of The Lion King and makes sure that they're like cared for. But anyway, this is the one anecdote. He and his other groupies, the blue
folk,
the blue men,
the blue men would like decide which dog breed they were before they would go on, and they wouldn't like tell each other, and then at the end they would like guess like what dog breed they had been, and it was very similar. It was like the way that they like held their hands or they like interacted with each other, and so they would play these improv games like throughout Blue Man Group that like the audience wouldn't know about, but it would keep them
but you can tell that there's something else going on. It's really great.
For sure. That's all very interesting. All this hand business. It reminds me. There's so many like characters in big movies now, like Doctor Strange or Scarlet Witch, that like have all this hand business.
I
they have
immediately
to do,
go to,
and there are now like hand coaches who are like on set, and it was like
Oh.
you need different hand business, and they'll like work on their hand business so that it looks coordinated like unto itself.
I immediately go to Johnny Depp as Jack Sparrow. Just
the hand business.
Distinction of his hands in that movie is so wild. Like
he is doing a lot of like Rumpelteazer shit.
It's very
with his hands in that movie.
like very pontificatey. Like random fingers are sticking out in directions that you wouldn't expect them to.
I'm not talking about Johnny Depp for a while.
Yeah.
I'm taking a Johnny Depp break.
A sabbatical from the depth.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Pulling ourselves out of the depths. We
That's
understand.
Ayo.
Yeah.
Should we
nice.
finish this and then?
Yeah.
And then we can chat about whatever the fuck we
Okay.
want. Yeah, exactly.
Commonly said to be me.
I also want to know what your relationship to cats is.
This movie being played in my drama class once, and then that trailer coming out and my whole life changing.
The
Can't wait
family
to talk about
shy. Now which was which cat? It was Mungojerrie and Rumpelteazer.
7 interlocked cartwheels.
Oh, they're
2,
both little
3,
snacks.
4, 5, 6, 7. Woo!
There's nothing at all to be done about that.
Oh, their hands are not cupped.
Seeing some people hands here.
See,
This is more of a hard, almost a claw moment because they don't really like these cats. So that's an example where they would use more of a claw, like get out of here, you freaking mangy cat!
Scream!
Yeah, scream! Wow, Shane, get out of my face, Shane! Yeah, that's what I think. I was saying earlier that's very clearly 80 yard.
Sure.
That's also because this number. I mean, there's also the tap dance in Jenny Anidot's song, but those
I have
two
a
are.
Gumby cat in mind.
Mm-hmm. Those two
I know
songs.
the original. I've hung out with her. She is super weird, and she lives in. I think she lives in Southern California. She does stuff in SoFlo theater.
Oh wow!
And she's like a voice acting coach or whatever. But she's also a quote functioning alcoholic. So yeah, she's a hoot.
Drag her!
But yeah, this choreo is intensely cardio. I don't know how else to say that. Like,
Everyone in this looks fit as fuck.
oh, I lost so much weight doing cats just by doing it.
Right.
But these two would walk off stage, like, you know, they're keeping it together. They just did their 7 cartwheels across the stage,
Jesus.
which brings me to another thought, but that's different.
Do the butt.
I was gonna go to the butt stuff.
Do the butt stuff.
Do the butt stuff. They would come off stage and they'd just be like panting because it's so much work.
For sure.
I can't believe they're singing and doing this.
It's nuts, which is why it's so clear to me that they were like, we're gonna go back and re-record the audio so you can get in some good notes. I mean, the two people that did it, Andrew Purdy and Chris.
It's okay.
It's oh my god, what's her last name?
While you're stuff, it's the difference between an original cast recording and seeing a show live. Where like when you listen to an original cast recording, it's very clear you want the vocals to come through above everything. Whereas when you see a live
Christine Palka.
We did it. I killed time. But anyway, when you see a live production, because of the dancing and the panting and the breaths, it's going to be different. It's going to be less clear or like crisp musically in like their lyrics, but they're doing a bunch of other shit.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Speaking of Christine Palka, I'm not trying to at her. I adore her. She's this little like.
Unless she's a Patreon, she's not going to hear this.
Right. She's a little firecracker.
No, this podcast's for everyone.
Oh.
Did you think this was just for patrons?
Well, I'm used to that.
This show is going up for all humans to hear.
Hello, everyone.
Oh, wow.
I love cats. Continue.
Not to at her. She is this fantastic little firecracker of a performer. And she also has, she's lactose intolerant. So the amount of, like, fart and poop jokes that happened were monumental, especially considering that for these 7 cartwheels, they are ass to face. They are, like, fully in each other's booty cracks.
Yeah, you're getting some pink eye.
So they were also, when they were practicing that was a common joke that we heard. You know, there was videos of them going through that and doing all that work, which was wild. But one of my favorite moments reflecting on this show, this is the anecdote Kat was talking about, is there, during the Gus, the Theater Cat song, most of the cats kind of just lounge around stage, kind of basically take a nap. Like, it's the one time where you're like, all right, now breathe, because you've been running around stage.
Sure.
And I would lay up on top of this, like, 7-foot platform, and I would put my head over the edge, because I decided that my cat was one of those weird cats that doesn't meow, but makes really strange noises and lays in really bizarre positions. Yeah, that kind of. And so I had my head leaning over the edge, and one of the shows, all of a sudden, I felt someone crawling over me, and I was like, so I pop my head up and I look, and it's Rumpelteazer, and I was like, hey, what's up? And she like stops while like basically laying on top of me. You get very close with this cast because you're rubbing up on everybody and all that stuff. She just leans in and she goes, I just farted right on Purdy. And I'm leaving before he notices. So she farted on Mungojerrie and then left her perch, crawled over me, and then I hear it. Now there's this song going on. It's this beautiful aria. And I just hear Christine Palka just giggling. And she has such a distinct laugh. And it was such a beautiful memory. And that to me is the essence of Cats. It's, you never know what the fuck's going to happen within the cast while all the focus is being directed towards 2 people. And it was just so funny that she just starts cackling about how she farted on her cats.
We love stories from cats. We love stories from cat, singular.
Hey.
With a K.
Is there anything you want to retract now that you know this podcast is for everybody?
I don't think so, but I also have no, like, reflective abilities. I don't really have a short-term memory.
We'll find out when the controversy breaks, when the levee breaks. So I feel, is there anything else that you all want to bring to the table?
I guess if this is going out to the huge population, my Instagram is...
Yeah, are we doing the plugs?
We're doing whatever. If there's any other topics on Cats or Cats the movie that y'all want to bring
forward... I do want to talk about Cats the movie.
For sure.
So,
oh my god!
So watching the trailer was something. So I had just seen Midsommar, and I realized while watching the trailer of Cats that it's the same energy.
Same energy as Midsommar?
Same energy.
Can you elaborate on that further?
I think...
No.
Let the scholars debate then.
I think if you watch Midsommar and then you go and you watch the Cats trailer immediately after, you will be struck by how it's the same energy.
I don't see it, but I do also see the correlation.
You didn't do it though.
I didn't do it I didn't do it the same way. But
Midsommar and then
I will say I can, with my removal from it, I do see how they are both very bad trippy.
It's like uncanny in the way. I think the worst part is her name Jennifer Hudson.
Who's Grisabella.
I
yes.
think
Dreamgirls, Jennifer
I
Hudson.
think that is the worst part, is seeing her sad.
Why is she so scary?
Her crying face as a cat, and
They did the worst on her.
that was just fucking awful. And then what I'm really not excited for is Taylor Swift. I think that's cheap.
I have
Bomb
so many
Ballerina.
things.
She was almost in that Les
She's
Mis
not Bomb
movie.
Ballerina.
That's how she ends up here.
Right.
Is because she was almost Eponine, I think.
Okay, I just have to say, both of those, like, if she was Eponine in Les Mis, terrible casting. The fact that she is Victoria in Cats, terrible casting. Also, a weird switching of the name of it. Okay, so...
You're in some deep Cats lore.
I'm in some deep Cats lore. There's the all-white ballerina cat, right?
Uh-huh.
That's Victoria. She
Okay.
doesn't say shit in the entire show. She is a prima ballerina. They have one in the movie. They have... Yeah. I forget her name because I'm a terrible theater person.
She seems like the protagonist.
She's not a famo. She is the most featured person in the
she's famous. She's famous in the ballet world.
Sure.
She's like the prima ballerina of some...
But in the trailer, she's also the most, like... has the most screen time.
She's technically supposed to be very close with Mr. Mistopheles. I think they're like the prince and the princess of the Cats world.
Sure.
That's the lore that nobody gets when you watch the show. That's like what you get. That's the other thing. Cats is a show where, like, I would do it again in a heartbeat. It is so much fun to do Cats. If someone says, "Hey, do you want to go see Cats?" I'd be like, "Maybe. I don't know." It's
but
wild.
To do Cats.
But to do Cats, which I'll get to in a second. But, like, Victoria is the ballet cat, and to have Taylor Swift play Victoria and then, I guess, have somebody else be a different all-white cat.
No, that white cat that is the, like, main focal point of the trailer is not Taylor Swift.
No, it's not. That's
Taylor Swift is the one with the catnip thermos.
Right, which is...
But she's Bomb Ballerina.
But which doesn't make any sense, because Bomb Ballerina does McCavity with,
I could see her doing McCavity.
Yeah.
But she's a bad casting choice, again, because that is supposed to be, like, a very, like, sexy vixen.
Bomb Ballerina is the vixen cat. Like, there's the other one
like
that
the furry cat. The thing that makes cats furries is that character.
Yeah.
Oh, Rum Tum Tugger is my favorite song. Who's playing?
Jacen Derulo.
That's one of the only things I'm actually excited about, because Jacen Derulo actually has a background in musical theater. He's a trained ballet and tap dancer. Like,
This is a debate on the show. Do we think he's going to drop a Jacen Derulo in the movie Cats?
No way.
I think it's in his contract. I think it has to be.
He worked
somewhere.
it in.
Yeah, he's like, under one condition. At the beginning of Rum Tum Tugger, I get to say Jacen Derulo.
I have to say this. When it comes to Cats, the reason why Cats, the stage production, works is it is decidedly not realism. You go in... Sure. I always refer to Cats as not a musical, but performance art. It is the most interactive concert you've ever been to in your life. It is this mega musical spectacle first. Like, you're not going there for, like, a plot. There is, like, plots within it based on the characters, but the audience isn't let in on that. It's just you pick up on it. The second you add dialogue, which, one, doesn't make any sense, you add songs, which doesn't make any sense because every single song is a direct reference to a T.S. Eliot poem. Which they're doing for Taylor Swift is they're adding a song for her.
Oh, are they?
Just so they can go for the
Oscar. I mean, I've just accepted that as part of movie musicals
right,
at this
which
point.
Which I don't always hate, but for Cats it doesn't make any sense because it is a very explicit source material. They're going for extreme realism with this stuff, and that it doesn't work. It defeats the magic of the show, in my unprofessional opinion. It just, like, you go to see leotards and face paint and people doing beautiful ballet, and it's just, I'm sure parts of it are going to be, like, visually stunning to see what they did with the sets when you can do this set on a massive budget.
I don't know how to watch this movie sober.
Yeah, it's going to be a challenge. Now, I've been given some thought to your Midsommar comparison, and I didn't see Midsommar, but let me see if I'm on the right track here.
Movie.
Yeah. Is it that, like, it's decidedly, like, human but not human? Like, it hits at this uncanny valley thing, this sunny exterior that obviously belies something darker, like just beneath the surface.
Correct.
Wow. Yeah.
Although in Cats, perhaps not as intentionally as in
Actually,
Midsommar.
once you said that, I realized that very much is Cats, too.
This
Yeah.
gathering of hedonism that obviously is going to lead to, like, ill. All right. I think we've hit it.
That's the energy.
What I'm saying is that Cats is the #1 horror movie I'm looking forward to in the coming year.
That's what I said. I was like, this is going to be a great horror film.
Yeah, this is going to blow Child's Play, like, right out of the water. You know what I mean? I don't know what else we have to look forward to this
With
year.
Aubrey
Like,
Plaza?
You
Kitchen's
thought Us
Play.
was upsetting?
Kitchen's Play. We didn't think Us was upsetting. We saw Us.
Us was really cool. I loved Us.
I
Us,
didn't love it.
It's definitely like a weird, like, you walk out and you're like, I'm not the same human. Like, this, like,
Sure.
the real world feels bizarre once you walk out of the theater after seeing Us.
I didn't love
I
it.
love the first half hour of Us,
Same,
meeting the family and the
same.
initial home invasion. I'm
Yes.
like, this is effective, this is strong.
Yes.
Then it gets into the mythology of what is going on,
Yeah.
and it completely loses
I
me.
think it falls apart.
It explains it a little bit,
I
but
think
that
it was-
only makes me have more questions.
I
I
Then
think
I'm
it
like,
was...
who built this?
Mhm.
Why is this here? Who is funding this? They have like food being pumped in. Like,
Right.
who is behind this?
I
If
think
you had
it's-
not raised anything, if it was just like people that look like you show up, that's so effective.
Oh, you know what? I feel like watching Cats is going to feel like how I felt leaving that new Mary Poppins movie with Lin-Manuel
I didn't
Miranda.
see it.
It's going to be like that mixed with Midsommar. It's going to be like the weird, like, Disney kind of like...
Disney's doing a great job of
and, like-
ruining everybody's sense of nostalgia right now.
And like distorted like plot, like just really loose, like unresolved plot is gonna be that's gonna make its way through Cats, and then this like uncanny bad shrooms trip is also going
I
to
just
be.
can't. I have no idea what they're gonna do. The second I saw that they added dialogue, I was like, and now I'm thinking about it, they're totally gonna try and add some sort of more clear plot line
100%.
to Cats.
Yeah.
And I'm so nervous. I'm like, what are you trying to add? Like, when you
weird.
asked Hal Prince, the director of the original production of Cats, what Cats was about, you know what he said? It's a show about cats.
Right.
Like, I don't, like, and they're gonna put some plot, I'm so nervous to see what they do to try and make it more accessible
I
to...
wouldn't be nervous. I would just accept that it's gonna be
It's gonna be different. It's
bad
gonna be a
and
different
uncomfortable,
piece.
and just kind of lean into that and be like, can we still have fun and see what happens?
I think it's still gonna be fun.
Can we still have fun? Can we enjoy an alternative interpretation, like the Lord of the Rings movies? Very different than the books that they are based
True.
on, but superior in some ways. I like them a lot more than the books that they're based on. You know,
like
can we-
your opinion,
Can we hit? Yeah. Wrapped up. We've done the Cats talk. The plug train left the station early, but now if y'all have anything
Cat Scott 94. That's my Instagram.
Cat.Scott94 on
Yeah.
Instagram. Anything else you want to lay down for the people?
I'm Cat, and I stan Cats, and I don't stan the Cats movie, but I'm gonna see it, and I can't wait to see you there.
Exciting.
Beautiful.
Jace.
I'm Jace. You can follow me on any social media at JACENZIEV. That's Instagram, Twitter, which I barely use. I also barely use Instagram. Don't follow me on Facebook. I won't accept you unless I know you. Yeah, and I approve this message.
Excellent. As always, listen to my other shows, the Puffin Publishing Podcast and Jay and the Jive Action Nerds. Check out Patreon, patreon.com/TVsKevin, where you can check out a mostly weekly podcast featuring me and Kat called Hamilminute,
Hamilminute!
where we break down Hamilton minute by minute.
What minute are we on?
We're about to record 42
We are
minutes of Hamilton.
42 minutes into Hamilton. Several years from now, we will be finished.
I'd just like to point out that that's not even a third of the way.
Not even a third.
Nope, we are finishing up. Wait for it.
And we've been doing this for a year.
We've been doing it for a long time. We will never. This is our Sisyphean task.
And
We
we're-
will push the boulder up the mountain, and it will hit us on the
But
way
we're
back
willing to
down.
wait for it, and I'm Kat Scott. Thank you, and good night.
This has been a Talkback Podcast.